That's
I like how you call it a chapter.
What is it supposed to be?
No, I mean that's cool.
It is a chapter.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, we have like secret
sounds very
ceremonies, and
official.
from
It
now
does,
on,
doesn't it?
your Delta Tau Chi name is
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We need pledge pins.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
right. Is that a pledge pin on your uniform?
Well, we may or may not be there. We should try to support them this month.
Again, that gets back to the whole I don't have time for that. Let's be real.
I was trying to call you out on the on last month.
Yeah,
let's just call it no.
no. Last month, well, that's why I'm trying to make sure I talk about it now.
Right, exactly.
'Cause
Instead of the day of.
Yeah, I forgot until like 4:00 the day of that they were actually doing it, and I'm
Well,
like,
no one they had a small.
It was humble beginnings. I mean, that's how Detroit Net started, right? It was three of us.
People forget that we were 4, 5, 6 guys sitting around for what? 7, 8 months. 7, 8 months on $2 beer night at the Post Ferndale. Thinking $2 beer night will bring them out. No.
Crickets.
people forget.
But I think the whole thing.
What was that voice?
From the 10
More
commandments.
importantly, what was the jazz hand?
Yeah.
Scott? What was that?
From the 10 commandments of networking, though, what's the first thing we do? Be persistent, right? And I think persistency builds habit, and habit builds networks.
Yeah,
and
that's
networks build.
going to be like Skrill. I don't think persistency is a word.
What are you, Yoda?
Yes, it is.
Persistence is a word. Persistency.
You know what? It's a word until I say it's not a word.
You had an epiphany? What was that?
English is your second language, then we'll let you get away with that.
I had an epiphany once, but it turns out that was just your stage name. So,
Welcome to the fourth segment of IT and the D.
So great.
Write down that time, right?
right.
Yeah, right.
No, let's not write down that time. But no, so I mean, at last segment, we always want to double back and make sure that we talk about, the things that we've hit on, briefly in the earlier segments. So, I mean, Davina, so iTalent is, I'm assuming, still at iTalent-LLC.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Did we get the .co of that yet?
We do not have the new website up and going. And
Are they working on it?
They are.
Okay.
They are working on
Who are
it.
they?
Jeff.
You know what? I don't know.
I was just going to say, is it a WordPress?
Tell them to go to
No, it honestly.
Yeah, go to 99 Designs.
go to GoDaddy first.
Let me tell you this. We have added 4 new people in the past month.
To work on the website?
No. We have added
To work on the domain?
Big website.
So we have a new marketing team. Okay? Social media.
And 40.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Oh, no, not you, Jeff.
But still, it's still out there. It's still italent-llc.com.
And all the jobs
name.
here in the area and all the stuff that you've got going on are out there that people can find and apply for and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, here's the thing. .NET is hot. You're a .NET developer looking for a position.
I swear to God,
I thought she was talking about the iTalent domains. I'm like, why would .NET be?
No.
I mean, we have IT&the.net, but
Yeah,
I mean, that's just a refer.
Absolutely not.
So
SQL
mobile-
DBA.
That was Scott.
Hot. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know,
Buster Poindexter just got that.
Anytime.
security networks. We've got a lot.
Security networks.
Like security engineers.
Security engineers.
Mobile active.
Even application support specialists. We have
Like
that
from a
going
help
on.
desk
Yeah, I was gonna
perspective?
say, what
or
does
like
that mean?
No.
Any QA testers available?
No.
You've been waiting 2 hours for that, haven't you?
I have.
No, there's honestly
Never gets old.
I thought we said we were never giving Hillary any more airtime ever.
And there you go.
I didn't. And then?
and there's no more and then.
Yeah, no and then.
To be quite honest, we have so much going on here at iTalent. It's ridiculous.
Are you listing all the positions on the website, or is it
There
just
are
recruiting
some of the
funnel?
positions on the website. A good portion is through our LinkedIn, or even if you go to Career Builder
Or Detroit Net's LinkedIn group?
Yeah, LinkedIn group, which actually
Career Builder is still a thing?
Yeah, Career Builder is actually still a thing here in Michigan. We've noticed between Career Builder, Monster, and Dice.
I thought Indeed is that's the de facto.
LinkedIn.
Well, they're all meta collectors. I mean,
Yeah,
it's no different. Like if you and I know this from like my day job world. There are you've got Yahoo Autos and AOL Autos and all these like different auto sales websites. But at the end of the day, there are like 3 meta collectors that actually feed all of the sites that are out there.
Yeah, I was doing a bunch of digital cleanup this past weekend, and I was actually out on Monster.com for the first time since like 2004, and it's totally different. I don't even know if that's even still active, but I was out there just checking it out, like logging, just to see if my login still exists.
Oh, it is, because I still get dated emails from it from a profile that I've...
Right, and my login ID worked, and I'm logged in, and it was oh, welcome back, and it's been X number of years since you've been, fill out your profile all over again.
Yeah.
And do you even use Monster?
We do.
I thought Dice and LinkedIn were the go-tos.
But here's the thing. Okay, so Career Builder here in Michigan is the biggest thing. The next one is Monster. The third one is Dice.
Really?
Yes, because it depends on where you are in your career. As for someone who's a VP, you're going to use more of your Dice. Any of your .NET people, you're going to find
your mid-range developers. Just ignore them.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to find Career Builder and Monster. This
Mike on Twitter just said, "Don't forget about the iTalent site."
Yeah, and my talent bank. So here's the thing.
Which brings us back to the whole: you have to put an objective on your resume in order to get listed through the site. And,
blah blah blah.
But no, we probably should mention the iTalent site since they were one of the sponsors of our event. That we were, it's mitalent.org.
Right.
Who populates iTalent though? Is that the recruiters like you?
No,
it's the state of Michigan. That's what.
Who populates those?
With jobs.
Yeah.
It could be anybody.
Is it still are there a lot of is it proactively posting jobs there, or is it going through combing for resumes there?
It's both, to be quite honest, because here's the thing. Now they've made it so tight to the point where they just don't want third-party recruiters.
See, and that's what I've heard from a lot of places is they've actually raised the barrier of entry to the point where it's difficult to go in and do a search for resumes for a lot of the companies that are out there looking to hire people.
Absolutely. It's completely changed.
Scott, you look like you're dying to chime in with something.
Oh, no.
I think he's just dying.
I'm just dying.
You've had a couple of PBRs and a sleeping pill.
Yeah.
No,
why?
To find the resumes, because they've changed their whole profiles and changing how to find resumes, because they just don't want these.
So the user experience is just as frustrating for you as it is for a job seeker.
Absolutely.
If not worse, probably.
It's ridiculous, the stuff that we had to go through. We had to actually call a career counselor.
If only we knew someone to talk to about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Who do we talk to if anybody else is having issues?
That's the whole thing. So, you've got, these mandatory things where, if you want to collect unemployment, if you want to do this, you have to, upload your resume, you have to get out there, you have to do this other stuff, where at the end of the day, we keep harping on short circuit that entire process. You shouldn't be having to go to
number
job.
5.
Yeah, exactly. Really?
Go ahead. Keep going.
Exactly. More input. No,
So I couldn't remember the line. That's it. Johnny.
Number 5, alive. No disassemble. Goddamn, now I'm going to segue on that for 10 minutes if you let me. No, but I mean, that's, the whole networking 101 is, short circuit that entire process by not caring about, and I will stab you in the neck with a pen, I swear to God. But that's the whole point. Is you shouldn't have to go to a job board to find a job. It should be from word of mouth. It should be your network.
Your network.
And that's to your point earlier, is making sure your network is strong enough to carry you through those times.
Dave, case in point, the reason is that when the job is posted, they probably got 400,000 or 500,000 resumes.
It's way too late.
How the hell do you differentiate
Very
yourself?
saturated.
You don't. You can't.
Right.
You need that. You need the relationship beforehand.
You do.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, is I've posted one specific position, I'm not going to say which one, and I've gotten office resumes. I've gotten truck driver resumes.
Really?
For a position.
So people are just submitting blindly.
They're just submitting blindly because they don't
Yeah, they
care.
just don't.
They don't get it.
And my talent bank
It's not that they don't care. They just don't get it.
Because part of the shtick with iTalent is you have to be able to show you applied for X number of positions.
So let's segue this though. So you have someone
so it's the equivalent of stacking the deck and voting for an internet.
Right.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
you talk about you have resumes for people. So you have someone like Melinda Ann, and like, hey, I'm trying to break into IT. So she's sending a resume out saying I'm a reporter.
She's getting drowned out by all these
and people are looking at her report. I'm not going to hire her.
Well,
but they have no idea how. But they have no idea how cool you are.
Senior sales executive account out.
But here's the thing about Melinda. If she's got something about sales and she put her resume to a sales position and it has nothing to do with what she's going to do, I'm still going to give her a call because you bet your butt I do have another position that matches her skill set. And that's the difference between me and some of the other recruiters that are out there.
Well, and that's what we've said, a million times over the course of our events is, you're going to get more, and that's why we started them. That's why we started the pink slip parties. Is you're going to get more out of a 2-minute face-to-face conversation with somebody than you will over a month of blasting out resumes blindly or anything like that.
How about the one.net person that you guys told me I need to speak with?
Oh, yeah, that literally showed up and just put .NET Dev on her badge, and it was actually the sister of somebody that I work with.
You never have a requirement that in order to get the job, you have to have a profile or a resume out on Monster or Dice.
No, absolutely not.
And that's like a last resort.
Right, and it absolutely is.
Well, and that was the whole, that's the whole point, and we told her. When she walked in and it had .NET Developer on her name tag, we were like, you're going to get
surrounded.
Like, dogpiled.
If you walk out of here without getting a job,
there's not a recruiter here that doesn't want to talk to you.
Right. And here's the thing: we're in limbo on this one position with this one person, and I am crossing my fingers. We find out everything on Friday. So fingers crossed that everything works
Jack
out.
be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack.
And that's the unfortunate part is sometimes you end up being the runner-up, but at the end of the day, you could still end up being the top person, even though you're runner-up. You still.
Hey guys, what you're saying is don't turn in my truck driver's resume. Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely, don't turn in your truck driver's resume.
Tailor it.
Good.
Isn't that like Ricky Bobby though? If you're not first, you're last.
No, because the whole point is, it's. Not the whole it's an honor to be nominated thing, but it's about that whole relationship. And no, you may not be the person that makes the final cut with one particular client, but as long as you stay...
It's persistence. You have to stay active.
As long as you stay locked
Persistency?
Persistency. Yeah.
Judicial system. No, but as long as you stay locked in with the right recruiter that's actually doing the right thing by you and making sure you're getting submitted to the right gigs... That's what's going to pay off in the long run. That's the entire point.
How many really do that, though?
There are
really do that.
Oh, very few do.
And I'll say 10%.
And you know what Bob brought up? That's how you stand out from the crowd.
No, because here's how many people have we talked to over the course of our events where they all have the same story where, damn it, 4 different recruiters all submitted me to the same position at Ford, and now I'm locked out.
Yep.
Well, that's your fault for sending your resume and telling 4 different recruiters to go do their thing for you instead of picking one and rolling with it, because that's what happened.
Well,
it's partially their responsibility as recruiters, but it's also you need to let that recruiter know. In that particular situation,
but if you don't have a relationship, if you don't have a relationship with a recruiter,
how are they going to know?
Lock into one?
Right, and here's
but that's networking 101. You should
have a relationship.
No, but how many times have we sat there in front of the MEDC things and just said, okay, look, here's what we get out of this event. Or this group or our events. There are 400 or 500 recruiters that are members of the LinkedIn group. There are 60 that are regular participants and show up. There are 30 that are fairly active. That I would consider. I've got a good passing acquaintance with. Maybe even call them friends. There are 4 or 5 that if I need a job tomorrow, that's who I call on and that's who I trust.
And there's one that you'll propose to tomorrow if you were
agreed.
That's on the worth half list.
Right.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that was another conversation at the bar that you missed earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Guys, this is the second time on the show, and we've had lots of conversations, veer off in different directions, but it always kind of swings around to the fact that you've got to set yourself apart from everybody else. You've got to make it personal. You got to create the relationship. Pick up the phone. Can't just throw a resume online and expect to be found.
Don't sit on your butt.
Yeah.
Well, but it gets back to that whole thing we were harping about. One of the last episodes where there were people that were walking out of the event at St. Andrews at 5:30, complaining that the recruiters weren't coming up to me.
I'm sorry that the free beer was not cold enough.
Right. You're single and you walk into a bar and you leave after a half an hour because none of the girls came and talked to me.
Those lights aren't twinkling, Clark.
Well, here's the other thing: is iTalent didn't even get there until 7:00.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and there was somebody actually waiting for you.
Exactly.
Right.
There absolutely was.
Was it that .NET unicorn?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get there on time, and I feel really bad. But at the same time, if you're looking for that specific
pick the
recruiter,
phone up, make a phone call.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Well, when you are looking for a job, your job is to find a job. That's how that works.
My whole thing is
it's a full-time job. It has to be. You have to treat it that way.
Is. And here's my whole thing is just because I may not have a job for you. Guess what? I have friends in this recruiting world, and I'm still going to pass you along to my friends because I can't do anything with you, but somebody else can.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. I've went through the recruiting circuit probably like twice in my life.
Yeah.
And even if one job